Hey growth seekers, today I'm diving into the lives of Taylor and Whitney because I believe that they would definitely benefit from therapy. Well, we all can. For this video, I will be in my role of therapist for both of them, exploring their relationship challenges with their significant other. I'm going to discuss anxious and avoidant attachment styles as we saw with Taylor and Dakota. And I'm going to explain how being unaware of our emotions can create a disconnect between our inner world and our outer world, as we saw with Whitney. I'm sure that will explain a lot. So let's just dive right in.
I was a really wild child, did it all, partying and drinking. Right after high school, I got married in the temple. I was being pressured into it by the church and my mom. She knew Tate and I were having sex before marriage, and I had a hard time fighting for my voice.
Taylor, what you are describing here is rebellion, which is not only normal, but absolutely necessary. It's how we sort out who we are, separate from our parents or anyone else, and we also learn from our mistakes. But I imagine that given the strict rules in your faith as you describe, and family made this very hard for you. You said that you had a hard time fighting for your voice. Share with me what you went through in trying to find your voice. Quick tip to the viewer: the stricter the parent, the stronger the teen's rebellion, which can lead to lasting consequences.
This time you're going to be placed under arrest for DV, for domestic violence. Okay? So before I talk to you more about it, I need you to turn around and place your hands behind your back.
So I'm going to address this arrest with Taylor in a minute, but perhaps Taylor's biggest challenge is trying to be in a healthy relationship.
He's my new boyfriend, very charismatic, he's charming, and he's very attractive. We have trust issues because we started off on a rocky start. We posted TikTok together, and things come out on Reddit, and girls are on my TikTok saying, oh, he was just with my roommate last week, or...
Taylor, can you tell me how you feel about your relationship in that it started off rocky and especially with trust issues so early on? In the beginning of a relationship, it is often filled with hope and connection, not distrust. And since you just came out of a divorce, can we explore together what you learned from that experience and what you hope for in a new relationship and what you would like to avoid, which is something that we can learn from what didn't work in our past relationships?
You like a little bit of jealousy.
I like that
because you can tell that he cares.
Mm-hmm. I do like that. But I also get scared because I'm 3 months out of my situation, a month out of my divorce. Do I need to chill? He even asked me yesterday. He's like, are you open to getting married again?
Taylor, can you share with me where you learned that jealousy is a sign of caring? Because jealousy is often confused with love. But jealousy is really more about fear of losing someone and not feeling secure. So jealousy can be an attempt to control rather than a way of showing love. I'd also love to hear what makes you truly feel loved and cared for. You're wondering if you're moving too fast. What motivated you to start a new relationship just 3 months after your marriage ended? Often our beliefs about love come from past experiences, and by understanding them, we can recognize whether we're seeking comfort or true connection. So when we understand that, it allows us to build healthier, more fulfilling relationships.
You choose these guys like Dakota.
What's wrong with Dakota?
Dakota has an addiction.
Okay, that doesn't define who he is as a person.
You're absolutely right, Taylor. Addiction does not define who someone is as a person, and that says a lot about wisdom and compassion on your part. I truly mean that. What I'd like to explore with you, though, is whether you feel Dakota has self-awareness around his addiction. Does he actively work on himself? How do you think his addiction could affect your relationship moving forward? Addiction often brings challenges like emotional distance or emotional instability, and understanding how to manage that is key to building a mutually healthy and supportive relationship together.
Do you want to be married in the temple still?
I don't want it. Yeah, I don't follow the rules, and that's a given.
Even being in recovery, right? Turn everything to God. I can't be with you if you want to like party.
Makes me sad to be like, oh, I can never drink again. Like, it's just something I enjoy, and in moderation, like a drink.
I just know what I want in my future, and it's not any of that.
Yes, I'm getting effed up.
Taylor, it seems like something in this conversation really upset you because you mentioned wanting to get effed up afterward, which led to the night that you got arrested. I'm wondering how you felt when Dakota said he couldn't be with you if you lived your life the way you choose. You know, it's important to notice how a partner's words or actions might make you feel controlled or limited. In a healthy relationship, both partners need to feel free to be themselves while supporting each other's growth. How do you feel about the balance between your freedom and Dakota's needs? And I'm also curious, I know that Dakota said he threw up his addiction to God, and that's very important to him. Has he shared more with you about how he's actively working on his addiction, like we discussed earlier? Okay, viewers, now I'm going to move on to the next episodes where I will focus on attachment styles with Dakota and Taylor, boundaries, self-esteem, and self-worth, all the things that I see Taylor struggle with.
I don't feel like I deserve this like happy ending. Life hurting so bad inside.
Oh, Taylor, it makes me sad to see you hurting so much. It's heartbreaking to hear you say that you don't feel like you deserve a happy ending in life. Can you help me understand why you feel that way? I'd really like to know what it is that's causing you so much pain inside. Sometimes when we've been through a lot, we start to believe we are not worthy of happiness, but that belief can trap us in patterns that keep us from finding the happiness that you truly deserve. So let's explore the impact of all that you have been through so we can work together on getting you the life and the relationship happiness that you deserve.
I do feel like you've done a great job at taking accountability for like things from the past and like what you've done.
Yeah.
But I do think that you take all of the accountability and you act like it's all you. And then like Dakota looks like this angel sent from heaven who's like this perfect person when he's not.
You shared with me that your friend said that you take accountability for everything and you paint an idealized image of Dakota. What are your thoughts on that? Have you experienced Dakota taking accountability for something that he has done that has hurt you in a way that felt it provided the repair that you needed?
I didn't want to hear anyone else's. I just wanted everyone there to be there for me for just...
I'm actually glad I got called out on that, because now when I'm listening to people's stuff, I'm like, I want to relate, but I also just want to kind of like validate their feelings first, and then maybe relate, you know?
Taylor, you do a wonderful job of taking accountability here. Do you feel that you receive this in return from your friends and family and Dakota? Because we deserve in return what we give to others.
Came in my life and I think I trust you. The lies in the beginning, the eyes that came out, that hurt me. That night he went off and hooked up with a girl. Like, I feel like he came in and hurt me, and he chose like someone else over me, and I think it hits a different spot in me where I didn't feel good enough. Reason I don't trust you.
Taylor, there is a theme in what you express about Dakota. You feel hurt by him, you don't trust him, you don't want to marry him, and you say all of this started in the beginning. When I ask you this question, please know that I am asking it to just understand more. It's a curious question. I'm not asking this question based on something that I think or judging you. Can you share with me what it is that keeps you in this relationship with Dakota, given all that you have expressed? Perhaps there are things that you have deeply valued that you have not shared with me yet. And let me just say this to you, Taylor, so that maybe it will help you say a bit more. Sometimes we stay in relationships that cause hurt or distrust because we're hoping, not consciously, that deeper emotional wounds or unmet needs will be healed, whether that's from past relationships or childhood or feeling unworthy or fear of being alone. Exploring this can help you understand your relationship with Dakota. What do you think? And what is it that you feel that you need from Dakota to trust him? So let me share this with you, the viewer. From what I can see, I think that Taylor struggles with anxious attachment And Dakota struggles with avoidant attachment because he wants to be in a relationship, but he's agitated by doing the work that is required of a relationship. And that is not something that I would bring up early in my work with Taylor, because it's more productive to simply work with the behaviors and emotions rather than a label. We see Taylor struggle with feeling unloved, fear to trust, fear of being hurt and abandoned. And throughout this series, we witness Dakota almost demanding that Taylor commit to him while struggling to address her distrust in him. And we also see Taylor say that she'll leave or that he should leave. But people with anxious attachment may say that they're done with the relationship due to feeling emotionally overwhelmed. They fear abandonment, but must sometimes leave first to avoid being hurt. And it's common to express intense emotions when you're feeling all of those intense emotions. So then you'll just come out and say, that's it, I'm done, I'm leaving. Or sometimes it's just a test for reassurance. It's often a reaction to feeling unloved or insecure rather than a true desire to end the relationship. And I just want to share a bit about Taylor's mom. I'm going to show you a compilation of clips with Taylor's mom from various points throughout the series, and then I'll share my thoughts with you on these moments and explore how they might have impacted Taylor.
And of course my mom goes and gets in there and she puts the literal emoji, red flag.
You're so stupid. I don't think you're a bad person. I just think that you've done a lot of bad things and that have made you look bad.
Her just support rather than tell me what to do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's how it should be.
You just pissed me off and I just don't want to even talk to you. I'm not gonna go through this again, Taylor. I can't. You've aged me like 10 years.
And I'm like,
Hey, Whitney?
yeah.
This is Leanne, Tay's mom. How's it going? Say, okay, I'm going to labor. And then he'll call you back and then you don't. Text him that, say, I'm going to labor.
You guys need to get your crap together.
Obviously, I have no idea what the show encouraged them to do or say. I can only comment on what I see in these clips. So Taylor's mom clearly loves her, and you can sense her compassion. However, her love sometimes comes across in a shaming way, like when she tells Taylor to get her crap together and telling her that she's stupid. I believe she wants the best for Taylor, but she does send mixed messages. On one hand, she wants Taylor to establish boundaries, yet she role models a lack of them by overstepping herself, like calling Whitney when it wasn't her place, commenting on TikTok, and encouraging Taylor to manipulate Dakota into calling her back by pretending that she's in labor. This kind of behavior role models manipulation rather than healthy boundaries. And while her frustration with Taylor's behavior is completely understandable, calling her stupid and telling her to get her crap together is not helpful, and it won't help Taylor in the long run. Instead, Taylor's mom could focus on modeling the kind of boundaries she wants Taylor to develop. So, for example, rather than shaming her, she could express her concerns with kindness and respect by saying, Taylor, I know you're going through a lot, and I just want to help. Is there anything I can do to support you while you figure this out? This would show empathy and concern without making Taylor feel judged. And when it comes to guiding Taylor through healthier decision-making without overstepping, instead of encouraging manipulative tactics like pretending to be in labor, her mom could say, it's important to be honest with Dakota even when it's hard. If you need to talk to him, maybe think about what you really want to say and how you can express your needs clearly. This way she would be guiding Taylor toward healthy communication and decisions while respecting her independence. Okay, let's move on to a counseling session for Whitney.
I grew up in a glass box thinking that everybody lives this way.
I feel like we ran away from something. I don't want to lie about it anymore.
I lied about it because I was embarrassed.
He had been struggling with a porn addiction. I literally said, I was like, this does not happen to me. Like, this isn't something that happens to me. I literally haven't told anyone.
How long had it been going on?
Like our whole marriage. Makes me feel like my whole marriage was just like a lie.
Yeah, that's hard.
Whitney, you've shared a lot with me here, and I want to take a moment to really understand it with you. You mentioned growing up in a glass box. Can you help me understand what that experience felt like for you? And you also shared what you and your husband went through with his porn addiction, and you say that this is not something that is supposed to happen to you. What does that mean? That sounds deeply personal to you. And when you say it feels like your whole marriage was a lie, I can only imagine how heavy that must be for you to carry. It's common for people in situations like this to feel a deep sense of shame, and I wonder if you're taking on more of that burden than you need to. Not that I want your husband to feel shame either, but shame can create a barrier to healing for both of you, because when one or both partners are caught in that feeling, it becomes harder to be vulnerable and move towards real repair. The pain and the challenges you're facing are shared, and it's not yours to carry alone. And I am wondering how you both are coping now as a couple. Do you feel reassured that he is genuinely working on his recovery? And do you feel that you're getting the emotional repair and reassurance you need for your own healing? Your healing is just as important as his growth, and it is necessary to move out of the shame and find true connection. So with all of this being said, let's talk a bit about how you manage your emotions.
Having a heated conversation, gets up, cries, and leaves.
I feel like such a pussy right now.
Why? You're fine.
No.
Why?
You're hurt and you need space.
Whitney, why do you feel like you're a pussy when you show vulnerability and emotion? I have counseled so many people who have told me that they feel weak when they cry or express their emotions, but the truth is that vulnerability, allowing yourself to feel and share your pain, is strength. It is not an easy thing to do. When we lay down our defenses and allow ourselves to be vulnerable, I understand that it's very hard and it can make you feel fragile and exposed, and it's natural to fear that someone might hurt you when you're in that state.
Hey, I'm Taylor.
You're Taylor.
What's up, bitch? I'm just kidding.
She won, though. Literally, she won.
Right. Hi, guys. How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Like,
Yes, I'm actually very jealous.
How's it gonna be seeing Taylor?
it's gonna be a boxing match. Ding, 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 ding. Who's gonna win?
Well, she's pregnant, so you can't do
Oh,
that.
yeah, I forgot she's pregnant. I forgot. Steal me.
When Whitney told me that Demi said I was too Mormon for her, she also told me that Demi called Taylor white trash.
Demi called Taylor white trash.
It's a complete shit show. In the shitter, the sewer, just shit everywhere. Shit, shit, shit. But honestly, I love it. But it's
So Whitney, when you say it's a shit show and you love it, what do you get out of sharing what others say behind someone's back and then watching the conflict that follows? What are the deeper needs that this behavior is fulfilling for you? Often stirring up drama can be a way to avoid our own discomfort or unresolved hurt feelings. However, this can create hurt and mistrust in your relationships, and over time it may leave you feeling isolated or disconnected from the people you care about. So let's explore what's driving this pattern and how shifting it could lead to deeper, more fulfilling connections.
I don't know if they're gonna hate you or if they're going to hate me.
What are you wearing to Taylor's baby shower?
I don't know if I'm gonna go to that. It's always been give, 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 and it's never been reciprocated.
We're not friends. It's so weird to me.
Be honest.
Have we all ever really been genuine, real friends, or has there always been an agenda? Has there always been some sort of transaction needed?
But he was talking shit about me behind my back. That hurt. And I know that a lot of them know that Jesse told me all of those things, but yet nobody cares to clear the air. Nobody cares to say anything about that. So I guess they're not really my friends.
Whitney, I hear that you're worried that your friends might judge you or even dislike you for staying with your husband after discovering his porn addiction. But then you say that you're not really friends with any of them. And you also mention how you give so much to Taylor, yet you're also saying that you're not friends. Some of what you're sharing seems contradictory, and I can imagine it must feel confusing for you too. Often when our inner world, which is our emotions and our thoughts, are unclear or unresolved, it can affect how we communicate and act in the outer world, which is how we relate to others. If we're not fully aware or in touch with our emotions, it can sometimes create mixed messages that feel confusing, not only to us, but to those around us. It sounds like there might be some deeper feelings here that could be helpful for you to explore, because by bringing more awareness to your inner world, you might gain clarity, which will also make your relationships and others feel clearer and more genuine. Would you be open to exploring this together?
Well, why do you think you didn't get invited in the first place?
Well, I know I didn't get invited because I left the group chat. I feel weird. I feel like everyone's being so weird around me.
Well, yeah. I mean, didn't you leave the group chat and everything?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Whitney, your husband has pointed out a contradiction when you feel uncomfortable and you think everyone else is being weird around you. But he points out that you left the group chat, and you've acknowledged that he's right. This is a perfect example of your inner world, you feeling uncomfortable, and your outer world leaving the group chat is not in your awareness, and it causes confusion for both you and others.
Are in this mom talk group. Honestly, Macy's really my only friend. Macy's launch party is coming up, and I really want to go to Macy's event. I want to be there for her, but I don't want to be around these people.
Like, I cannot believe she's here, especially considering she didn't show up to my launch party. It felt selfish to me.
Why?
Because
I'm gonna go. I feel so awkward, but I love you.
Whitney, it sounds like the struggle we've been talking about is becoming more difficult. You mentioned that Macy is your only friend, but then you didn't show up to an event that was really important to her, and now you're feeling confused about why Macy was hurt by this. And you also told Michaela that you love her after giving her a birthday gift, but you've also said that Macy is your only friend. These mixed messages may cause some confusion, not just for others, but perhaps within you as well. When you are not fully aware of your emotions or how you truly feel on the inside, it can lead to actions that don't always align with what you say, and then it can create distance in your relationships, as you're probably experiencing with Macy. This can leave you feeling even more isolated, even when you're trying to connect. Well, that's all we have time for today in today's sessions. So thank you so much for sticking around with me as we explore Taylor and Whitney's challenges. With Taylor, we have seen how trust issues, self-worth, challenges, and anxious attachment impact her relationships, while Whitney's struggle to connect with her emotions and her outer world create contradictions, confusion, and distance. You know, personal growth and self-awareness are always the key to changing these patterns. And when we align our actions with our intentions, we can create healthier, more authentic connections and move beyond what holds us back. If you'd like me to do a video diving deeper into Taylor and Whitney's relationship, let me know in the comments section and I'd be happy to do that. Until next time, keep growing, and if you choose to subscribe, I really do appreciate your support, and I hope that my content supports you in return.